name is Jacob and welcome back to Eminem Hub, the channel where we do reactions, we do reviews, and today we're doing a ranking on the Death of Slim Shady. It's pretty much a year later, since we're going to call it a year, even though it probably isn't. How have my opinions changed over time? Let's find out. So we're going to do this in the form of a tier list. We got every song down here and we're going to be seeing which ones are in S tier, which ones are in trash. Are there any trash songs? Let's find out. Does the album hold up? And we're going to begin with Renaissance. Renaissance is still a quality song. I think now we know in hindsight that this was on the original 𝐴ntichrist song. Now it is made into this Renaissance song, and I still think it's pretty good. I think it's A tier. We're gonna go A tier for Renaissance right there. What do you guys think of that one? Now next we got Habits, and Habits is a bit of an underrated song, I find. I think the instrumental is slept on massively. I think it sounds really good. The production's great. The only issue with Habits is I think the verses can get a little bit boring. I think the hook is fine from White Gold, but I think I think I'm not as high on it. I still think the last verse is really good, but we're gonna go B tier for Habits. I don't think it's as good as I thought it was initially. I think, yeah, the verses are a little bit boring, and the flow and the monotone delivery Eminem goes with on this song is certainly not his strong suit these days. Moving on, we've got Trouble, and I've seen discussion about this, and why is Trouble not labeled as a skit? It essentially is a skit, but it's not labeled as a skit, so therefore it's not a skit. So I don't know why Eminem decided to confuse everyone with this 40-second track. It's not very good in my opinion. It is a teaser to what we have in Guilty Conscience 2, but I am gonna put in D tier. Like, obviously no one listens to this. Does anyone listen to Trouble? You're a bit weird if you do, I guess. Next up, we got Brand New Dance. Brand New Dance has some weird instrumentals, but the production somehow works. The old Eminem flow, the encore sort of Eminem we get on this song is still quality. It's a song by Christopher Reeves. It's obviously probably in poor taste, but it's kind of funny in my dark, twisted sense of humor. Therefore, I'm going to put Brand New Dance up with Renaissance. It hasn't stayed. It stayed in my rotation for a while. Has dropped out recently though, so maybe later on it could be a B tier song, but not yet. Evil I thought was a quality song and one of the better songs on the album when it first dropped. I will say it has dropped out of the rotation a little bit for me. I still think it's really good. I think it's better than Brand New Dance. So it's gonna go A tier. This is by the way in reference to the album. It doesn't mean these songs are S or E tier for other artists. So, okay, we got Lucifer. Now, I think Lucifer is one of the best tracks on the album. It's going in S tier. I think the beat is great from Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre is on the production for this and 𝐴ntichrist, if you didn't know. I think Lucifer has some really good lines, and he goes at that chick. I forgot her name. I actually forgot her name, but I think the rapping's solid. It's not fast. He doesn't need to be fast in this song, and it's just a good, nice flow. We got some juicy little AI Slim Shady parts in it as well, which still sound great. So I think Lucifer is one of the best tracks on the album. Yes! By the way, what are your favorite songs in the comments down below? Also subscribe if you're new. If you're new to the channel, we do a bunch of ranking videos like this. There's plenty of Eminem content on the channel. We're doing a lot of Kendrick stuff at the moment as well if you're interested in that. All right, so we got 𝐴ntichrist next. Now, what do I think of 𝐴ntichrist? I don't think it's as good as Lucifer, but I think it's a pretty fun track. There's lots of charisma throughout it, and you get that surprise feature from Bizarre in the end there, and I think that's probably one of Bizarre's best verses. Bizarre's pretty infamous for having some pretty crazy stuff on a verse, and he's not that good if we're being real. Even on, what do you call it, Amityville back in the day. Yeah, I think 𝐴ntichrist, this guy spells it wrong. He said 𝐴ntichrist. So 𝐴ntichrist, I think, is an A tier song. Not quite as good as Lucifer, I will say, but it is up there. And I really like the beat on it as well. Fuel is the best song on the album. I think that's pretty standard. I think we all thought that. Most of us anyway. It's one of Eminem's best verses in the last 10 years or more. It could be one of his best verses since the Marshall Mathers LP2, I would say. It's just, he has this, he just has that energy he brings to the song halfway through. You got JID on the start as well, who does a tremendous job. JID is a really great up and coming rapper. I do need to check out some more of his music. I have been meaning to, and I haven't been. So get me onto that, but Fuel, bro, Eminem with the Diddy bars, you know, he didn't just spell the word rapper and leave out a P Diddy. It's still relevant today. All the crazy stuff he says and the constant compliments can be confidence. That whole part as well. Chef's kiss, as I have said many times before. So I think Fuel is one of the best, or probably the best song on this album. So we're going to put an S tier. And we go from the best song on the album to the worst. Road Rage, it's not even just D tier, it's utter trash. The song is one of Eminem's worst songs I've ever heard sonically. The chorus is awful from Sly Piper, which is weird because he did such a great job on Lucifer. There's obviously a lot of fat jokes, which I don't think land as good as some of the others on this album. And yeah, I just hate this song. I don't think I've listened to it since, to be honest. Not intentionally anyway, so it is in the utter trash category. It belongs there. Okay, so we got Houdini next. Now Houdini's an interesting one. It has some really good replay value on it, and I think sonically it's fine, it's good. You got a bit of nostalgia baiting here and there from Eminem on this one. You got the callbacks to Without Me, of course, especially in the music video. But I think Houdini, I think it's still quite a listenable song, if I'm honest, but I don't think it has the depth of some of the others on this album, so we're probably going to go B tier. But if you really like Houdini, I still like Houdini, so. Guilty Conscience 2. This is obviously where it all comes to a spear point on the album, and look, I'm not as high on this one as some other people for sure. I feel like there was a better way of doing this. I do feel like and I feel like we have had better examples of this song. Look, I saw a comment on this on the subreddit of Eminem, and I saw someone have a great idea. They should have put Dr. Dre on this track instead of Eminem and Slim Shady. Yes, they should have been on there, but I think it was imperative to have Dr. Dre on this track because obviously he was on the original. I don't know, I feel like they could, I forgot what the comment said, but it was such a good idea. It actually made so much more sense. Even if it was like an interview between Dr. Dre and Eminem, and then Slim Shady came out of him during the interview, I think that would have been much better, in my opinion. I think that it still delivers what it's supposed to at the end of the day. So I am going to put an A tier. It's not quite the S tier that maybe some of you guys think it is, but that's just my opinion. Moving on to Head Honcho, probably the most forgettable song on this album for sure. I haven't thought about it since. From memory, Eminem's verse was quite good. It was pretty decent. I don't think 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐞 delivered his best performance compared to Realist anyway. I thought he was way better on that. It goes in a different language. I guess it's cool, but it's more like, I don't know what he's saying, so I just don't remember this one much at all. I'm going to put in D tier, ahead of Trouble, but it's just so forgettable that it should go down there. Okay, moving on, we've got Temporary. This is more of like a sentimental song for people. At this point, after Guilty Conscience 2, the album kind of slips off a little bit. The concept's kind of just in the trash. I think he should have ended it at Guilty Conscience 2, and everything else should have been a bonus track. Which reminds me, actually, as well, I should have probably actually ranked. Hold on. Give me a sec. We're back with the rest of the songs, I guess, actually. I realized, so this is the layout again. We actually have the skits on this one as well, so I'll quickly rank those. Breaking News, I barely remember. I think that's just like an average skit. All You Got, that set up the album decently. We'll go B. Guess Who's Back is probably S tier, obviously, because it's 𝐭 Okay, and we're back on this. So Temporary, I think Temporary, yeah, more of a sentimental song. Should have probably been a bonus track. Dedication to Haley, I like that. This one was no, hold on. It was like the love letter to Haley after he's dead. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Clearly, I haven't listened to it much. And Skylar Grey, can we get someone else on it? Like, there are other singers in the world, right? Like, it's not just me. There's not just only Skylar Grey who can be a female singer on this. I know Eminem seems to be good friends with her. I guess he doesn't care, but neither do I about this song. So it kind of is a C tier. I like the sentiment. The delivery is a bit off as well from Eminem. Bad One, all I remember is the consistent Avengers lines on this song. I didn't like as much. Let's go Bad One. It's better than Head Honcho, but not by much. It's D tier as well. Toby. Now Toby was something. Toby is a song I wasn't as high on in the beginning as everyone else. I thought it was decent. I still like Eminem's verse on this. I think he does a good job. The placement in the album's a bit bizarre, just like everything else, I guess, after Guilty Conscience 2, but this placement's really bizarre even then. So I think Toby, it's just the chorus. The Tobey Maguire got bit by a spider is probably the most annoying chorus on this album. Even more annoying than Road Rage. At least, we skip Road Rage, so we don't have to listen to it. But yeah, I think Eminem's verse is pretty good. I think it, gets the vibes going, but even the instrumental's a bit of a tease, like goes to almost a climax and then never climaxes. So I think Toby's fine. I'm gonna go B tier. I just think it's pretty low. Somebody Save Me as the final song on the album. I like it. It's fine. It's not a bad song. It's probably in B tier. Jelly Rolls chorus, yeah. Yeah. I like the sentiment. I like it better than Temporary. The delivery is a bit nicer, but I think he could have picked a better song for an ending. Now we have Like My Poo. It's not a bad song. I'll go C tier. Maybe even B. It's not too bad. We'll go B. Kyrie and Luca. Oh, I just realized this doesn't even have the Fuel remix. Kyrie, Luca, and Luca's not too bad. It's got 2 Chainz on it, but I think it could have been a better song. I think Eminem might be the lacquer on this song as well. It's alright. It's with both the bonus tracks. They're such a bad bonus tracks. I'm sorry, like this is one of the worst extended editions of an album. Fuel Shady edition has a really good verse from AI Eminem at the end. I think the first verse on that one's a bit hard to understand what he's saying. Westside Boogie was the first one. I don't think he was that great. I think Grip was pretty good. I think he was alright. I don't know why people were saying he was better than JID on Fuel. JID was infinitely better than both of them together. Let me just say that. And then the Eminem. Basically, the original Fuel is much better song. Would 10 times rather listen to the original Fuel. But I'd still put the Fuel Shady edition probably on the higher end of B tier. That is my thoughts on the Death of Slim Shady almost a year later now. I think it's probably dropped him over rankings a little bit. It's not as good as I thought it was. And I think the concept doesn't hold up that well. So I hope Eminem can deliver a more consistent project. Know when to end it. But there's still some really good songs on this. Obviously, Fuel and Lucifer I really like. The 𝐥𝐤𝐬𝐵𝐞 skit, of course. And Guilty Conscience 2, Antichrist, Renaissance, Evil, and Brand New Dance are all really good. I think he should have just ended at Guilty Conscience 2. Would have been a much better received album. If you guys did enjoy my ranking here today of the Death of Slim Shady, you're new to the channel, you probably want to check out some other videos I have here. I'll link you to some kind of playlist anyway. But yeah, so I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.